How do you deal with an avoidant partner or someone you love or like that is avoidant? This is a big hot topic and I did want to touch on it today. Now, I have had my moments where I've been with people and I've said, oh my God, they're avoidant. What do I do? This is shocking, and trying to understand them as an avoidant person. But if you understand anything about the law of assumption, what your dominant thinking is reflects in your 3D. So we need to take away the labels. They are not avoidant, but you probably have some dominant assumptions, either that they are avoidant or that you're not worthy. It would be more about your subconscious beliefs about yourself. So I would highly recommend to stop thinking about them as avoidant. So what is the story that you hold of yourself within relationships? So do your relationships never work out? Do they always leave you? Do they go hot and then they're cold? What are your stories that you tell yourself about yourself within relationships? Once you've worked on that and understand yourself, it's important to build up your self-concept so that you feel confident within yourself. Once you've discovered that, then you need to understand the story of them. So what's your story about them? One, they're avoidant, right? Because you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't think they were. So what does that mean though? So it means they don't want intimacy, or they don't want to commit, or they've had trauma in their childhood. So it means they're not open to being in a committed relationship. What is the story you're holding with them? Because we need to change that. When you can change the story of yourself first, and then the story of them, you'll see the 3D reality change. I've done this before. I've had some unideal circumstances show up in my 3D reality. And it is very easy to label them and to say they're the problem, but we are they're a mirror to us, okay? They're mirroring us and our thoughts and beliefs and our subconscious beliefs, okay? So we need to take a step back and just breathe. If you're in a state, breathe, focus on yourself, but also remember you need to change the story of them. So whenever you start thinking about that they're avoidant or they're non-committal or then they just don't want to be in a relationship or whatever it is, flip those. You have to flip them. You have to flip. No. They love me. They love being in a relationship. They're actually more wanting to be in a relationship. You know, you need to change the story of what you're thinking about them, because that will reflect back. So that's why I want to say, stop calling them avoidant. And you're not anxious, okay? It's normal as a human being to have avoidant tendencies and anxious tendencies. Sometimes I could be labeled as avoidant. I go quiet. I want to take my time and retract into my own world. So people could label me as avoidant, but these labels are to sell books. They're to sell courses. They're to sell all of this stuff. They don't actually help you. And every man you meet is probably going to be avoidant if that's what you believe in. If you believe in these attachment styles, you're going to label everyone. And then how do they shift? Maybe sometimes they're anxious. I've had boyfriends that have been anxious and they've been needy and clingy. So the dynamic of a relationship can go up and down. You know, it depends. It just depends. And this is the simulation. This is the 3D testing us. Well, no, I don't believe in testing, but we have the power. We have come down into this physical body to experience the human experience, and through our past lives and all that, we're here to learn something. So you're obviously more conscious than you've probably had more lives because you're watching this video. So you understand that the law of assumption and our thoughts, and we can really control the simulation like it's a dream, okay? Not saying that it's easy. It takes effort because we have to remember, and we have to, like, our monkey brain really wants to stay in the monkey brain, right? It just wants to think the easy thoughts, which is, oh, he's avoidant. I watched this YouTube video and there's avoidant attachment and there's an anxious attachment and then there's secure. Can you imagine if humans were just one of the three? We're so much more complex than that. We have so many more thoughts. We have so many more experiences that shape us. So I want you to avoid getting into the avoidant trap and avoid labeling yourself as anxious, because a lot of the times they talk about how avoidants like anxious. So what am I? I'm anxious. This is normal. No, it's not. Work on your self-concept. Work on you and building yourself up, and you will find that the outside reflects differently. I mean, if you think he's avoidant, that's what you're going to see, right? Maybe he just needs time to chill. Maybe he just needs more alone time. I know a lot of people who actually really enjoy having their own space and alone time, and that doesn't mean they're avoidant. So it depends on your specific circumstances. Try to avoid the avoidant trap. Remember the law of assumption. What you dominantly think about is what you will create. So we need to take a step back. Remember that. Remember how powerful our minds are. Remember how powerful your mind is. Your mind is so powerful, it can literally create. Think of all the times in your life where something's happened and before that you were thinking, like, think about what you were thinking before. Really go deep and understand that this is our thoughts creating our reality. Remember, you might have even seen it in friends or family, that they always have the bad luck or they always have the good luck. Why? If they're the person that always has the good luck, how do you think they think? How do you think they see the world? If they're a person who's really great with relationships and they're secure and they've got a secure partner, they probably expect that, right? They're secure, so I'd expect my partner to be secure. If you expect that you're going to meet the avoidant person because that's what normally happens, see how simple this is? It is that powerful, and I'm here to remind you that you are powerful. You are powerful. You literally can change what you're seeing in the 3D. So get rid of the label. They're not avoidant. You're just thinking they're avoidant. Try it. Try and change the thoughts. Flip the thoughts. Use your affirmations. Meditate. Journal. There's so many ways to change the way you think so that you can create a better reality on the outside. Okay? So you are powerful. You're not doomed. Your boyfriend isn't avoidant, or your specific person isn't avoidant. You just need to work more on your thoughts and remember that you can change your 3D reality just by changing the thoughts inside your head. Okay, let me know what you think about that. Put a comment down below. Please subscribe, please like, all of the things, and I will see you in the next video.